Have you ever wanted to join in a conversation with your teammates at work, but you hesitated because you weren't sure what to say in English? Maybe you've had ideas in your mind, but didn't know how to express them clearly, or maybe you've stayed quiet in team discussions because you were worried about grammar mistakes. If that sounds like you, don't worry, you are not alone. Speaking English with teammates in the office is one of the most valuable skills you can develop. Why? Because teamwork is at the heart of almost every workplace. If you can communicate well with your colleagues, you can share ideas, solve problems, and build stronger professional relationships. And the best part is you don't need perfect English to do this. You just need the right phrases, the right mindset, and the confidence to use them. Welcome to this video, English at Work: How to Speak English in the Office with Teammates. Part 1. Why Team Communication Matters. In most workplaces, projects are rarely done alone. Whether you're working in an office, a hospital, a school, or a tech company, you'll need to interact with teammates. Strong communication in English helps you collaborate more effectively, share your ideas with confidence, build trust and respect, avoid misunderstandings, contribute to the team's success. When you improve your English for teamwork, you're not just improving language, you're improving your career. Part 2. Everyday Team Interactions. Let's start with the simple things: daily conversations with teammates. These small exchanges help create a friendly and supportive atmosphere. Greeting your teammates. Good morning, everyone. Hey, how's your day going so far? Hi, did you have a good evening? Checking in on tasks. How's your part of the project going? Do you need any help with that? Let's touch base later about this task. Offering support. If you'd like, I can take care of this part. Don't worry, I've got it covered. Let's work on it together. These everyday phrases make you sound approachable and cooperative. Part 3. Sharing ideas in team meetings. One of the most common situations with teammates is the team meeting. It can feel intimidating, but if you have some useful expressions, you'll feel more comfortable. Introducing an idea. I'd like to suggest that One option we could consider is, what if we tried? Agreeing with a teammate. I completely agree with that. That's a great point. I was thinking the same thing. Adding to someone's idea. Building on what Name said. That's true, and in addition, I'd also like to point out that disagreeing politely. I see your point, but I have a different perspective. That's an interesting idea, but I'm not sure it will work in this case. What if we approached it another way? The key is to stay polite and respectful while still expressing your thoughts. Part 4. Asking for clarification. Sometimes, teammates may speak too quickly or use terms you don't know. It's completely okay to ask for clarification. Useful phrases. Sorry, could you explain that again? I'm not sure I understand. Do you mean? Can you give me an example? Let me check if I understand you correctly. These phrases show that you're engaged and want to understand fully. Part 5. Collaborating on projects. When you're working closely with teammates, collaboration is key. Here are some phrases you can use. Assigning tasks. I can handle this part, and you can take care of that one. Let's divide the tasks to make it faster. Coordinating schedules. When would be a good time for us to meet? Can we set a deadline for this? Let's aim to finish this by Friday. Giving updates. So far, I've completed this section. I'm still working on this task, but I should be done by tomorrow. I'll update you as soon as it's ready. This makes teamwork more organized and efficient. Part 6. Building good relationships with teammates. Professional English is not only about tasks, it's also about relationships. Friendly interactions build trust. Making small talk during breaks. Did you watch the game last night? How was your weekend? Have you tried that new restaurant near the office? Showing appreciation. Thanks for your help on this project. I really appreciate your support. Great job with the presentation today. When you show gratitude and interest in your teammates, collaboration becomes easier and more enjoyable. Part 7. Handling disagreements or conflicts. Sometimes, you may not agree with your teammates. That's normal. The important thing is how you express it in English. Polite disagreement. I understand your point, but I see it differently. That's a valid idea, but here's another perspective. What if we looked at it this way instead? Finding a compromise. Maybe we can combine both ideas. Let's try to find a middle ground. How about we test both approaches and compare the results? Politeness and respect go a long way in keeping teamwork positive. Part 8. Encouraging your teammates. Good teammates support each other. Use encouraging phrases to motivate others. That's a great idea. Keep going. Don't worry, we'll figure this out together. You're doing a great job. I believe this plan will work. Encouragement creates a positive team environment. Part 9. Common teamwork situations. Let's look at some practical situations you might face. Situation 1. Brainstorming session. Let's write down all our ideas first, then decide. There are no bad ideas, let's share everything. Situation 2. Delegating work. I can take care of the research part if you want. Would you like me to handle the slides? Situation 3. Asking for help. I'm struggling with this section. Could you give me a hand? Would you mind checking my part to make sure it's correct? These are very realistic phrases you can use immediately. Part 10. My experience with teammates at work. When I first worked in an English-speaking office, I found it challenging to join conversations with my teammates. I was shy and worried about my grammar. But then I realized something important. My teammates didn't care about my grammar. They cared about my ideas and my willingness to collaborate. So, I started small. I used simple phrases like, "That's a good idea," or "I can help with that." Over time, I added more phrases, gave my opinions in meetings, and built stronger relationships with my teammates. The more I practiced, the easier it became. And soon, I was not just participating, I was leading projects. Conclusion. Final motivation. Speaking English with your teammates in the office is not about perfection. It's about connection, clarity, and confidence. You don't need to speak like a native speaker to be effective. You just need to use polite, practical phrases and practice them in real situations. Remember, use simple but professional expressions. Be polite and respectful. Support your teammates and show appreciation. Take small steps to participate more in conversations. With time, your English will become more natural and you'll feel more confident at work. Thank you so much for watching this video. English at Work: How to Speak English in the Office with Teammates. If you found it helpful, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more lessons on English at work.